I gave myself one of the most intensive Reiki treatments that anyone can give. It's called a Reiki crystal grid. And essentially what it is the Reiki practitioner like myself infuses Reiki into some designated crystals that have a specific purpose and orients them in a specific way. And those crystals, since they are living entities themselves, give continual Reiki to the intended person for 24 to 72 hours. And I did this for myself for the first time about a month ago, I want to say. Since it takes about 30 days for the Reiki energy to fully integrate into one's aura, I thought I would go over my experience with the Reiki crystal. While the Reiki crystal grid was set up, I had it set up for a full 48 hours. I was experiencing a lot of energy and I knew that I had to get a lot of stuff done for my business. So I was going ahead and I was working a lot. I knew that since this Reiki crystal grid is so powerful because it's giving continuous stream of Reiki for literally 48 hours, I knew that I was going to get exhausted at one point. I just didn't know quite when. So during those 48 hours, I was fine. I was a little bit of that dizzy, lightheaded feeling that you typically feel after a Reiki section, but it wasn't too bad. And then I dismantled the Reiki crystal grid after the 48-hour mark. The next, I want to say 3 or 4 days, I was out. I was done. I was lying in bed for the majority. I think I lied in bed for 3 days straight. I was just exhausted. So. Something that I was really struggling with at the time was extreme burst of anger. I was feeling very like triggered, and my triggered response was anger, like severe anger. It seemed to really formulate out and manifest out of nowhere. I didn't feel very angry like prior. It wasn't like brewing. It just like something happened. It tipped me over the edge and I got very angry. I saw that resolve within 2 weeks, and now at this 4-week mark, I don't struggle with this whatsoever. It resolved for the most part by 2 weeks. By now, I don't struggle with this whatsoever. Now, when I set up the Reiki crystal grid, I decided to work with the divine feminine, and just waiting and receiving is something that I had been struggling with a lot. But over the course of these past 2 weeks, I've really gotten to fully understand what that means for me. Do you have